The cloud will increase across Scotland and Northern Ireland. The wind will pick up, gales in the northwest, and this is where we're going to find some rain setting in during the afternoon. But away from here, those temperatures widely 18 or 19 degrees to start the week. It is going to be a very unsettled week, and mind you, we continue to see weather fronts piling in from the Atlantic. They get so far and then they'll stumble and then they'll push their way eastwards again later on. So a very unsettled week ahead. We've got some rain in the forecast most days across the UK. There will be some sunshine around at times, but there'll be some strong winds. At least though, it should be fairly mild.
It's 5 o'clock, you're watching BBC News. I'm Shaun Ley with the latest headlines. Large parts of Britain's rail network have ground to halt as 50,000 workers staged a walkout, the biggest in the rail industrial action so far.
The action's getting stronger and the public are behind us, so we're really committed to it. We want a resolution, and if the government can change their attitude, we can get a resolution very quickly.
What we require is the trade unions to discuss meaningful reform. We want to give our staff a pay increase, but it has to be self-funding from within the industry because we can't afford to keep taking more taxpayers' money.
Ukraine's military regains control of the strategic eastern town of Lyman in the Donetsk region. Russia's defense ministry admits that its troops have withdrawn to try and avoid, it says, being encircled. It comes just 24 hours after Donetsk was annexed formally by Moscow. As Conservatives arrive in Birmingham for the start of their annual conference tomorrow, the Prime Minister Liz Truss has for the first time admitted that there's been disruption in the UK economy following the mini-budget last week. And a man held in Iran for nearly 5 years on spying charges before being released, along with Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe, has been telling me he's dedicating his London Marathon run to the people of Iran and the protesters. Good afternoon. More than 50,000 rail workers have been taking industrial action today, resulting in the biggest disruption on the railways all year. Only around 11% of the usual Saturday timetable has been able to run, and it's patchy, with some parts of the country still seeing trains and others none at all. Members of 4 unions are taking part in the strike in their long-running dispute over pay, jobs and conditions. Our transport correspondent Katie Austin reports.
Another train strike, and it's the biggest yet. Karen from Staffordshire is running the London Marathon tomorrow to fundraise for the hospital where she had breast cancer treatment. News of the strike meant she had to make other plans to get there.
So for me, this just blew everything apart. I couldn't even begin to think of how we would get there. So I just worried. And until we knew what our plan was, I just panicked, just worried about it.
The red lines on this map are the only parts of the rail network which do have services today. Where trains are running, they started a lot later than usual and they'll finish a lot earlier than normal as well. There are no trains running between London and some other major cities, including Edinburgh, Newcastle and Brighton. Why is this all happening? Well, the train drivers' union ASLEV is demanding a pay rise amid high inflation. The RMT wants that for its rail worker members too, and it argues job security and working conditions are under threat. Both unions insist they didn't target the London Marathon.
Whenever we put strikes on, it's going to inconvenience people. We don't want to do that. We'd much rather have a settlement. We'd much rather get out of this dispute so that our members can provide the service. We have to keep the dispute going. We've been going nearly 6 months now, and we have to keep the momentum going. We've got full support from the public, we believe. There's many people, that even the people that are inconvenienced, that are supporting us every day we're on these picket lines.
The industry argues the pandemic has left a financial hole and changed the way people travel.
We want to give our staff a pay increase, but it has to be self-funding from within the industry because we can't afford to keep taking more taxpayers' money. So meaningful reform means that we can generate money that we can then say to government, we believe that this is a sensible deal, that we can give our staff a pay increase.
Rail bosses and unions say they'll keep talking, but more strikes could be coming down the line.